the last year, I have basically been trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my life. Because I had my agency, I made a whole video about why I shut it down. You can go watch that if you want. I'll put a link in the description. I've just been like trying to. It's been like some soul searching. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, who do I want to work with? How do I want to package my offer up? And it's taken like a year to figure it out. I've just been on this journey of working with clients, trying things, testing things, and getting burned honestly quite a few times. And so it's been a crazy journey. I'll have to share more of that. But you know, if right now you are confused and you don't know where you're going with your life, you're like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if this is all going to work out. It happens to the best of us. It's all good. Things will make sense over time. Just keep pushing. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. I promise you're going to figure it out. I'm about to hit my 10th year of entrepreneurship in September. I got a couple more months. And man, I thought I was going to be like a multimillionaire by now. I thought I had all these expectations and thoughts. And things didn't happen the way that I thought they would. And so if you feel like things are taking longer than they're supposed to, just understand that there's a reason. However you want to look at it, God, the universe, has a plan for you. And things don't come as fast as we want them to, because there's a lesson to be learned along the journey to get the things that we want. And once you get the thing that you want, you'll then realize that the lesson that you gained along the way was actually the most valuable part of the thing. I know, very woo-woo, but it's the truth. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy to sit there and have no idea what you're doing with your life while everyone around you seems to have it all figured out. You know, it seems like everyone on the internet is super wealthy, jacked, getting tons of chicks, and like, what, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of seems like everyone's got it all figured out. I'm here to tell you they really fucking don't, because it's just a highlight reel. You know, that's social media for you. Everyone wants to appear this certain way. You know, that's fine. You know, I do it myself. You know, I do the same thing as everyone else. I can't help it. I'm insecure as well. And so I do the same thing. I share like the nice highlights and stuff. I'd like to share things that aren't highlights though, because I'll be honest with you, like, if I knew that some of the top entrepreneurs in the game were struggling with the same problems that I was struggling with, well, I would feel a lot better about myself. But it is easy to feel like everyone has it so figured out. They're so like locked in on exactly what they need to be doing at all times. And they just don't. Like, it's just not true. Everyone has like this crazy internal battle that's happening at all times. I promise you. Even the people who are extremely successful, they deal with the same problems that people who are like literally poor and homeless deal with. I'm serious. And you wouldn't think that, but again, I've worked with tons of different people who are extremely wealthy, celebrities, you name it. They all have huge insecurities. Honestly, some of the celebrities have bigger insecurities than like average people do. Just gonna be real with you. And that might be just because of like, you know, pressure and stuff like that. But I just wanted to share that with you. Like truly nobody knows what they're doing. And I hope that you find some comfort in that. You probably have no idea what you're doing. And the truth is, no one else does either. I don't know. All the super rich people on Instagram don't know. Like, everyone's just trying to figure it out. We're all trying to survive. We're all trying to thrive. We're all trying to live a life that feels fulfilling. And it feels like it's harder than ever because, quite frankly, the world is changing at an extremely rapid rate, a rate that we simply can't keep up with. And so I have some good news for you. It's that you're probably doing just fine. You're probably doing just fine. Things just take time. Things take longer than you expect them to, always. Whatever you have expectation-wise, it's going to take 1.5, 2 times as long, 5 times, 10 times as long. I don't even know what to tell you, honestly, because when I was like 19, I told myself I was going to be a millionaire by the age of 21 or something like that, 2021 or whatever. And I had opportunities lined up. Like, it wasn't just like completely random. But things didn't happen. They didn't fall through like I thought they would. And thank God they didn't, because I would have been a complete dumbass. I would have bought a really fast car and would have wrapped it around a tree probably. Or just blew all the money, you know, whichever one came first. Typically, we're not given power or responsibility, whatever the word you want to call it is, before we're ready to handle it. Like, that doesn't typically happen. And so if you're unhappy with what you have, oftentimes you can look at the person that you are and the things that you're capable of handling, and usually you'll understand why you don't have more. So anyway, yeah, I'm about to go spend 6 months in Brazil. Don't know if I'm coming back to the US after that 6 months is over. That's just my visa. I might go somewhere else. Kind of moving into a new era, getting rid of all my belongings, creating like a new version of myself once again. I'm excited. Weather's going to be amazing there. We're going to be right next to the water, so I'm going to be, I'm going to record all this stuff. I'm going to show you all this stuff. The reason why I want to show you all this stuff is I just want to show you that it's possible. And I'm not saying that you need to move to Brazil. That is not what I mean. What I'm saying is that it's possible for you to do whatever the hell you want. If you want to move to Brazil, then you can. If you want to go live in Spain, you can. If you want to live in Wichita, Kansas, out in the middle of a field like I am right now, you can. That's like whatever you want to do, you can. That's the point. It's not, I'm not here to tell you that you should be like me or that you should copy me. In fact, I do not recommend that you copy me. The only thing that I think that you can look at me as a role model in, I do exactly what I want whenever the fuck I want. That is how I've lived my life ever since I was like 16, 17 years old. The instant I saw the ability for me to start having control over my life and building a life that I actually want to live, so that way long term, not only do I enjoy my life, but I look back on it without regret of wishing that I'd tried things. That's the only thing I recommend that you take from me. Everything else, you need to listen to your heart, you need to listen to your gut, you need to listen to what you actually want. That is what I'm recommending. And even then, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Take everything everyone says with a grain of salt. Because the moment that you start listening to yourself, what you actually want, what you actually desire, you'll start to build a life that you actually want. Everything around you changes when you start living in accordance with your own desires. And when I say desires, I don't just mean like, okay, I want a cookie, so I eat cookie. Like being impulsive versus your deep down, your desires. When I say your gut, like the voice in your head that wants the best for you, which I believe is the voice of God. You can believe what you want to believe when I say that. The universe, maybe you don't believe in God, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. The point is that you have a voice in your head that wants the best for you. You have a voice in your head that wants long-term happiness for you, wants you to build a life that you truly enjoy. That's the voice that you need to listen to. And so the only reason why I make these videos and share the life that I have is to share with you that you can do that you can have exactly what you want. It doesn't matter if that is working a 9-to-5 and living a very, normal life, middle-class life. If that's what you want, that's totally fine. If you want to become a millionaire, billionaire, and you want to own a private jet or whatever the fuck, you can do that. Like, I just want you to know that it's possible. Because when I was 17 years old, I could see this future in the distance. I could see, I can actually live exactly the way I want. I think I can do this. But I didn't have someone like myself to show me that I could do this. There wasn't 22-year-old kids driving Lamborghinis from drop shipping and shit when I was 17 years old. This wasn't normal. The world has changed. I want you to know that just because you didn't buy a Lamborghini when you're 22 doesn't mean you're not successful. Just because you're not a multi-millionaire by the age of 24 doesn't mean that you're a failure. The average millionaire is literally like 50-something. I forget the exact number, but it's literally in the 50s. Just understand that you have time. Things are not going to happen on the exact same timeline that everyone else has. And also, mind you, you're seeing the top, like 0.0001% most successful people in the world. They seem like they're everywhere. But if you actually looked at it statistically, there's like barely any of those people. And so comparing yourself to these people and feeling like you're lesser than just because you're older than them or you're less wealthy than them or both, it's such a waste of time and it's such a waste of energy. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday and the person that you want to be tomorrow. And if you do that, I promise you, it's not so bad. And that's going to allow you to do this for 10 fucking years, like me, or 20, or 30 years. Because the reality of it is that empires are not built in a year, they're built in decades. A real life that you actually want, it's built over a long period of time. This shit takes time, so I'm not here to tell you how to get rich quick. And in fact, I don't recommend you do get rich quick, because you're not going to learn any of the lessons that you actually need to learn along the way. That's my rant. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you enjoyed this. Like this video if you want to see some vlogs and you want to see some lifestyle content of what the hell I do with my life instead of just sitting in front of my laptop on a deck outside.